Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Hiveswap Friendsim. Last time we met Gallic, a indigo blood who is... I don't know if he's like a writer or a journalist or whatever, but he likes researching things. He likes knowing about stuff. And he is actually the indigo blood that we met in Tagora's route. And it turns out he actually has a black crush on Tagora, and Tagora kind of returns those feelings if I'm reading that correctly. Because apparently we gossip about Tagora with it off camera, so... Anyway, he wanted to explain that he understands we're not a rainbow drinker now, and he also wanted to know more about our species, and... Yeah, and interestingly, in the good ending, we actually called Malik over so he could give Gallic a tattoo on his back of like his symbol and some little extra things, but... I was not expecting that. I enjoyed it. I like Gallic. He's cool. He's a nerd, but so are most of my friends, and so am I. Anyway, who are we talking to now? Oh yeah, there's like a really short teal blood or something. Yeah, this person. They look mischievous. That's all I can say for now. Also, their hair is interesting. Tirona Kasund. Hello there. You have very shiny horns, I'll say that much. So, here you are, in jail. You always knew you would end up here eventually, but you were expecting a human jail, not this. It all happened so fast. You were waltzing down another Alternian street in search of friends when you heard the telltale sound of machinery behind you, and before you could escape, some giant metal drone with a rocket ass scooped you up and flew away with you. You were honestly surprised that the drone didn't execute you on sight. They've tried to do that before, after all. Perhaps your numerous shenanigans have grown so vast and ridiculous somebody wants to see you in person before you die, if only to have the chance to ask you, what the fuck? This is a very bad jail cell, by the way. Like, there's cracks in the walls, like there's... I'm guessing it's like mold or moss or something, all that green goo. Though I guess I really shouldn't be expecting high-quality prisons for... high-quality, cells for prisoners on Alternia. They probably don't have enough prisoners to make it worthwhile. In any case, you aren't complaining. Not about being brought in alive, at least. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. This cell sucks. I know, right? It's hard and cold and full of this gross-looking moss that could probably kill you, since everything else on this planet sure can. There are a couple of patchwork holes in the back wall of your cell, which aren't enough to wiggle your way out through, but are enough to let in the light from outside. So, when the sun comes up, we have to be careful. You've been in here since a few hours before dawn, and now it's midday, which means scorching rays of sunlight are streaming their way into your cell and forcing you to dart around to the shadiest spots as the sun makes its way across the sky. As if that weren't enough, it's also hammering rain outside, which really isn't doing much to stymie the sunlight. And you think the rain might be acidic too? Fun! Intermingled with the rain, you've been hearing some sounds coming from other rooms. Interrogations, maybe? Torture? Whatever it is, you are not a fan. And would somebody please fix the leak in the roof? If you have to listen to one more drop of water exploding onto the floor like a nuclear fucking bomb, your shit is going to take an extended sabbatical from the handle. To conclude, it's not great. You'd like out. Right now, preferably. Now? Oh, god damn it. You're hoping that someone would conveniently appear in time with your internal monologue, but no such luck. Okay, woo, there she is. Your new savior is small, probably the smallest troll you've met so far, with the possible exception of Amnesia. And she looks about as young as Amnesia as well. She's got wild pigtails sprouting from her head and a twitchy look in her eye, like she's going to start sprinting the second she hears a sound. She opens your cell door with a creak and gestures down the hallway with a quick jerk of her head. Come on, with me now. Quickly, head down. Keep quiet. Oh. Head down, keep quiet, no asking questions. Follow her. Why not? You follow her down the hallway, keeping quiet as instructed, even though you have so many questions you want to ask her. Questions like what her name is, or where you are, or why they haven't fixed the fucking leak in the roof. Instead, you just hurry closely behind as she takes you to a stairwell in the back of the building and up multiple flights of stairs. Peeking out the window of each door you pass, you see what seems to be an evidence locker, and then a row of tightly packed cubicles, and then a long, winding hallway. This is where she opens the door and ushers you through. The hallway is full of electronically locked doors with troll signs on them, the overwhelming majority of which are teal. The only other presence here seems to be automated cleaning robots. You're unsurprised to see that troll Roombas come with their knives pre-attached. Nice. She punches a series of numbers and letters into a keypad beside one of the doors, bearing her sign and a name, and then slips inside and you follow. Nice office. Whew, here we are, my hive away from Hive. You can be a bit louder now, but no shouting. That'd just be weird as hell, buddy. Oh, and my name's Tirona, by the way. You politely refrain from shouting as you introduce yourself to her. Tirona pulls up a chair and sits down on her husktop, tapping some keys. Are you, like, the warden or something? So what we're gonna do here is I'm just going to go ahead and access your files in our system. Shouldn't be too hard to find since you're already a weird alien and yep, here we go, that's what we're looking for. Time to make a few edits. She leans in, fingers flying quickly over the keys. She's absurdly fast on a keyboard, her eyes darting back and forth across the screen. Now, normally I wouldn't pull anything this risky, and I certainly wouldn't be helping out a criminal, but I have it on a good source that you're not the kind of person we should be letting rot in a cell, or worse. Right now, you're in our system on a lot of weird and serious offenses. But you and I, we know the only thing you're really guilty of is trying to keep your head and shoulders attached, yeah? Just gotta click here, delete a few things, and there we go, you're clean. Wow, just like that, huh? You thank her profusely, and even begin to consider groveling at her feet, but she cuts you off. Listen, I'm just doing the grunt work for you. Wasn't really my decision to spring you. Let's just say that you and I have a mutual friend, wink wink, nudge nudge. I run errands for him sometimes in exchange for information, and I just happen to be pulling an all day or over here anyway, so I was in the right place at the right time. This mutual friend of yours sounds like a dead ringer from Malik. Wow, knowing a cerulean in high places is already paying some great dividends. It beats our data at least. All you got from her was some really weird DMs on Twitter from her stream followers. Anyway, speaking of being in the right place, what is this place anyway? This place is, well, it's a lot of things. Jail and courthouse and office and a whole lot more. Basically, if you're a teal looking to learn how to do teal things, this is where you go for a hands-on internmentship. Nice. Most of it is law-related, of course, but there's a couple semi-related fields for the go-getters looking to do something a little different. Like me. Yep, I bet you're just dying to know what I get up to in these hollowed halls, don't you? Surely a brilliant mind like Miss Kasund is doing some real important work here is what I bet you're thinking, and you are absolutely correct, my friend. Feast your gander bulbs on this. A few clicks of the wiggly, bulbous mouse, and her husktop loads up several images. You glance at the screen, and the recognition center in your brain goes haywire with dopamine. Alien culture or not, you know memes when you see them. God, you missed memes. Check it out, check it out. They're a little corny, but I know Triza's gonna love them. She's a real sucker for this kind of thing. One of them is an image macro featuring Triza doing her makeup with the caption, "Triza's so hot, rebels are so not." Another seems to feature troll brains, at least you hope those are brains, of varying sizes and hemo colors. Being a rebel is the small maroon brain, sympathizing with rebels is the medium-sized olive brain, and worshipping Triza is the giant purple brain. Wow. Wow, we're doing galaxy brain memes now. Thanks. These ones will be up on the web soon, but for now I've got plenty other memes circulating. See, I made a bunch of fake Twitter accounts and got some techie trolls to automate them for me. Some techie troll to automate them for me. He was hyped about the excitement nulp to do some work on Trista's behalf, I tell you. I gotta say the EE thing is, the double E thing is hard to read, because I'm used to Nepeta's quirk where the two threes are used in place of two E's, but this is like one E becomes two threes. So, it's a little difficult to read. Some of these accounts just pretend to be regular trolls, and others are best jokes, nightly, big, funny, relatable, half humor, you know? They're racking up the follows as we speak. And the point of these is to put these Triza memes out there. That's how you get them. You start with a couple of innocuous jokes and cute pure beast pics, and then bam, suddenly you're spreading the good word of the Empire, and everyone accepts it because your Twitter account is so funny and hip. I call it meme-aganda. It's gonna be the next big thing, I tell you. It does seem like a pretty clever way of spreading propaganda. Really effective on today's modern youth. It also deeply unnerves you, but you leave that part out. There's just something wrong about memes being used for evil. Thank you, thank you. Glad someone appreciates all the hard work I'm doing here instead of just brushing me off. I've had to do a lot of overtime putting out propaganda for the Empire lately. Just between you and me. Although this ain't exactly much of a secret anymore. There's talk of a rebellion brewing, like a real actual big-scale one, instead of just a bunch of highbloods getting paranoid because of Burgundy looked at them funny. It's pretty scary, actually, and I hope I won't get swept up in all of it. Something nasty breaks out. Yeah, that's the vibe you've been getting. You're about to ask for more info on this rebellion when she cuts you off and keeps rambling on. Seems like she's got a lot to say. You get the impression that nobody else here listens to her, possibly because she's still so young compared to most of them. But saving you from a jail cell is a good way to get you to pay attention. But here's the thing, despite being a whole lot of potential trouble, it's also a great opportunity to show the Empire just how invaluable my skills will be for them. See, I've got it all planned out. First, I need to prove to Trizza how useful and clever I am and how helpful I can be for her regime. Then when Trizza comes of age, she'll dethrone the current Empress and take her place. Most trolls just love Trizza, and those who don't are gonna get themselves cold real quick, so I'm sure she'll have plenty of support when the time comes for their duel. When she's in full power, I snag myself a nice position as her propaganda minister. If I'm real lucky, I can wheedle my way into being assistant to the Honorable Tyranny himself. His Honorable Tyranny? You don't think you've heard of this guy before. You assume he's a particularly high-ranking troll in the legislative process? I don't know if His Honorable Tyranny is actually a troll. From what we've seen of him, he looks very different. I think his blood was black. Oh, no, he's just a fuck-off huge monster who passes judgment on criminals by eating them, or eating anyone who bugs him, really. He presides over particularly noteworthy trials, especially at the extreme court. In retrospect, you should have known. If monsters can be parents, they can surely be judges too. But, what exactly is the appeal here? Who wouldn't want to be big and handsome and strong enough to devour anyone who annoys you? It's the perfect life, I tell ya. Fair. As it stands, since I can't be him, I can at least be his best buddy and most perfect little helper. And besides, doing all the behind-the-scenes work is a lot safer than trying to actually hunt down or prosecute criminals, I'll tell you that much. I mean, yeah, he might eat me, but that's just a normal workplace safety hazard, really. Nothing I can't handle. She really does have it all planned out, doesn't she? You're impressed. Also, I have no idea how her voice is coming off in the recording, so if it's terrible, I apologize. It's an effort for me to do. I'm trying to do for a young, energetic girl. Thank you. But I can't do it all alone. I'm gonna need some help along the way from a very talented and clever associate or two. I bet you know who I'm talking about. Her Lucis? Her classmates? No, dummy! Shh! Sheesh, here I am trying to butter you up and it flies right over your think pan. I'm talking about you. I need your help. And I think after bailing you out of that jam, I've earned it, wouldn't you say? The old I rake my claws down your back, you rake yours down mine dealy, you know. Troll idioms are still as inscrutable as ever, but you do know a thing or two about claws, and about helping people to earn their good graces. What's she need? You ever hear the old adage, teals talk? And, well, a lot of teals have been talking about the strange alien going around getting all buddy-buddy with the cast. The way I see it, someone like that just might know how to get me into their offices and dig up some dirt on them and their potential rebel connections. I'm not gonna squeal on Tysius. That's not what I'm doing here. I keep saying they should start shelling out for gander scan technology, but no one ever listens to me. No way, no how. A regular old password system ought to be enough, right? Ha, they wish. Yeah, they really wish those locks were as secure as they think they are. You can figure out the codes, no problem, I'm sure. What do you say, pal? How's about you help me help the Empire and root out that rebel scum? Oof. You're not particularly keen on betraying your friends, but you do owe Tirona a favor now. And you'd love to make another pal while you're at it. There's gotta be some way you can maneuver out your way out of this mess. You tell her, sure, you'll offer some help. If you're going to hit up someone's office, it should be... why would you do this to me? I guess I'll go with my least favorite. We're gonna go raid Tagari's office. Sorry, Tagari. After mulling it over for a while, you decide Tagari is the safest choice. Sure, he's the guy with a sword, but he's also by far the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies, so you won't be getting anyone in trouble here. Yeah, Tagari, now it's an interesting choice, I'll tell you what. He's always been sucking up to the purples and trying to make himself look all cool and knowledgeable about lost stuff. So you think he'd be clean, but maybe, just maybe, it's all a front. I'm working on a video about rebel sympathizers right now, actually, and that's one of my big bold points to go over. How sometimes the guy trying too hard to look like he's on the level is actually as far off the level as it gets. So yeah, let's see what this guy is hiding, why don't we? Moseying on over to his door, you consider the keypad. There shouldn't be a hard password to guess. It's gotta be the name of one of his favorite animes, right? You punch one in and nope, a buzzer sounds. You try another, nada. But to your delight, the door clicks and begins to slide open after the third anime title. You glance over your shoulder and see Tirona beaming at you from right behind you, and then turn back to the door and yikes! He's there. A katana comes swinging out towards you on a wire. Oh no, he's not there, it's a trap. You narrowly dive out of the way before it connects, crashing to the floor in the process. You groan and stagger back to your feet and hear a familiar voice sounding from a speaker in Tagari's room. Voices. Why? I recorded him earlier today too, and I already forgot. Foolish evildoer. Do you really think it would be that simple? You've fallen for my trap. Your 3 pitiful guesses were all it took to seal your doom. Now that's going to do you any good while you bleed out on the floor. Sayonara, trespasser. The message seems to cut off there, but then there's some muffled sounds like a microphone being moved. What do you think, Tadashi? It's going to look so cool when I show it off to my colleagues. You breathe a sigh of relief. That katana was aiming right at your head. You almost got skewered. Talk about a close one, huh? Right, Tirona? Did it hit her? Tirona? Well, she's dead. Alright, let's try somebody who probably won't kill us. I guess we'll just go in reverse order. Hi, Tysius. Because I like her and Tagora pretty much equally. It's gotta be Tysius. She runs a tight, if sleep-deprived ship. You'll give it a good try. Fail to find anything useful, and Tirona will appreciate your attempt. Tysius, huh? Yeah, she's got that vibe to her, you know? She talks a lot about improving the justice system, and what kind of person does that, huh? A rebel sympathizer, that's who. The Alternian justice system has worked just fine for hundreds of sweeps. The only person who ought to be proposing change is Triza herself, but obviously there's nothing to change or she'd have done it already. Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over here, so why don't you start working your magic? An idea comes to you. You start tapping away at your phone, much to Tirona's chagrin. Hey buddy, we're trying to break into someone's office. This is no time to be playing Flappy Talon Screecher. Wow. You explain that you're looking up Tysius on your phone to consolidate information and improve your chance of guessing her password. Whoopsie! Sorry, I'm just a little antsy here, I guess. Carry on. Turning to the keypad, you start inputting your guesses. You try the birthday listed on Tysius' Chitter profile. Nope, even the name of her mate spirit doesn't work. Who is her mate spirit again? Did we ever learn that? Then something clicks. Everyone expects a long, complex password, right? You try just 2 paltry digits instead. 69. Click. The light goes green and the door to her office slides open. Bingo! Oh, she's got a nice office. I like the little salamander snow globe or whatever that is. Feeling pretty chipper about your breaking and entering skills, you usher Tirona inside with an exaggerated bow. She cackles and skips right in, making her way over to a Hustop sitting on Tysius' crowded desk. Now, Tysius is pretty thorough. I think she's careful about what she does with her, less legal works. There's papers and old mugs lying around everywhere, and the rest of the room is about as disorganized as the desk, with towering stacks of books threatening to collapse if you so much as breathe wrong. The Empire already monitors online communications, of course, but we've got tools for those sneaky sneaks who try to hide things off the cloud. Tirona produces a small device, bright red with gold accents, and plugs it into what appears to be a USB slot on the husk top. It wriggles upsettingly. I'll go through her files, and you start looking through all those books and folders, okay? You offer a thumbs up and turn your attention to the absolute massive pile of literature that is strewn throughout the office. You're not really giving it your full effort, hesitant to pry into Tysius' stuff, but you get the sense that she isn't hiding anything here anyway. Behind you, Tirona is clicking through the folders on the husk top, the exasperation in her voice steadily growing. Useless school-feeding assignments, copies of court transcripts, a bunch of nudes. It's all just normal teal stuff. There's nothing incriminating on here at all. Where's she hiding it? Oh, where'd you go? Tirona pulls away from the husk top and dives into the stack of books with the gusto of a small child in a ball pit, rifling through pages as quickly as she can. It isn't long before she gives up that pursuit too, emerging from the pile in a shower of loose pages. Ah! I can't find any evidence of wrongdoings anywhere! No hidden folders on her husk top, no secret stash between the pages of a book, nothing! She stomps back and forth, pacing around the room and scratching at her face absent-mindedly. Maybe there just isn't anything to find. Is that so bad? Yes! If she's not bad, it's super bad! Ugh! Look, see? I'm not big, I'm not strong, and even if I get a growth spurt when I'm older, it won't change that I don't like to fight. That's just not what I'm cut out to do. I'm a thinker and a listener and a talker. Knowledge is power, and it's the only kind of power I'm good with. It's the only kind that'll keep me in the game. Everyone's gotta play nice and get off my case because they know I've always got the dirt. But all these shifty, crafty teal jerks keep trying to hide all their secrets from me. I'm gonna be... I don't know what that word is. I'm going to be hooped if I can't get one over on them. Tirona yanks at her pigtails and slumps down against the wall, looking as frazzled as you've ever seen her. This calls for a pep talk. You sit down across from her and offer a gentle smile. You know where she's coming from. When you came here, you were a mess. You still kind of are. All you had was your guts, your mind, and your goofy charisma. You've been blundering your way across the planet, but somewhere in between all the blundering, you made friends. You gained skills. You figured out how to keep surviving, even if it seemed impossible. And if you can do it, she can too. Sure, she may not be as big and strong as she'd like. She won't always win. Sometimes there's going to be days like today where she doesn't succeed. But she's got this spark in her. You can see it. That tells you that she'll be just fine as long as she keeps her head up and tries to hang in there. Tirona perks right up. Your motivational speech game is really on the ball today. Lately. Yeah. You're right. This might have been a bust, but I sure ain't. I've already got all kinds of connections and pals and skills. I mean, the guy I run these errands for, he says I'm one of the smartest and cleverest teals he's ever met, and that I'm really mature for my age, and... Hi, Tysius. You'll never figure out what else he says because you're interrupted by the sci-fi whoosh of the office door opening as Tysius steps through. There's a long, awkward pause before she raises an eyebrow at Tirona. Now, just what in the hell are you two doing in my office? Tirona begins a stammering response, but Tysius jerks her head towards the door. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get out, right now. She turns to you. Not you. We need to have a chat. Tirona flashes you a terrified look before scurrying out of the room, door sliding shut behind her. Tysius glances at the door, then pulls you towards the most secluded corner of the room where books are piled so high they practically reach the ceiling. She speaks in a low, hushed whisper. A good idea, because you'll bet a troll book or two that Tirona's listening outside the door. Hey, so... that was some good thinking, texting me as soon as you got your palm husk back. You shrug humbly. You're getting good at leveraging your bountiful stockade of friends. I wonder what she thinks I'm going to do to you. There's a lot of rumors about me. Most of them are untrue. But when you look as tired as I do every day, trolls whisper. She chuckles lightly and takes a sip of water before sighing. I can't believe she thought I'd ever be dumb enough to keep incriminating documents in my office. She must be getting real desperate to prove herself. This is exactly my point about how fucked up it is here. Everyone trying to climb over each other out of the muck and still pull the rest down like shell scuttlers in a seafood storage device. Poor girl. She thinks she's got everyone in the palm of her hand, but she's being played as much as any of the rest of us schmucks. Another sigh. You feel like sighing may as well be Tysius' second quirk. But you've already heard enough from me about all that. Go pretend I chewed you the fuck out or something. I need to reorganize all this shit now that she ruined my old system. Her office looks far better organized than it did when you walked in, actually, but you're not about to split hairs over it, when Tysius just bailed you out of a potential disaster. You thank her, give her a quick hug, and then slip out of the office. Tirona nearly falls over herself, stumbling away from the door where she was clearly trying to listen in. Whoa! You're here and still alive and in one piece! That must have been a real close one! You know what she does to people who cross her right? Well, I'll give you a hint, pal. It starts with disembowelment and only gets worse from there, uh-huh. How'd you make it out? Oh, you know, talking right out of a jam, it's a total breeze. Tirona seems starry-eyed and impressed. You sure do know how to handle yourself, especially for a weird alien. I think you and I ought to stick together. Technically, you don't owe me anything anymore, but us little people work best in numbers, yeah? You could use a friend like me. You smile, basking in the now familiar glow of camaraderie. Yeah, you could use a friend like her. And you think she could use a friend like you, too. You did good. Alrighty. Well, we still got to check on Tagora's room, and then we also have to disobey her at the very start. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. He's real smart and a good talker, and he's always got the latest gossip, so you think he'd be my kind of guy. But he's also just such a sleaze, like a real creepy creepster. Not to mention he charges out the sniff tube for all his info. No thanks, I'll handle it myself. Oh, but imagine the scandals if he turned out to be a rebel all along. I really hope we find something on him here. Nice, I like the color scheme in here. After some leet hacking, that is punching his wriggling day into the keypad, the door to his office clicks open. The two of you slip inside and you glance around. You are immediately reminded of his hive, almost eerily reminded of it, in fact. Did he just order copies of all the same minimalist aesthetic furniture, damn it, and have them sent to his office? That's... well, you don't know exactly what that is, but certainly impressive. You know, I'm not so sure if that vase is regulation. Take a picture of it just in case, will you? Sure thing. And if you happen to accidentally delete the picture later, well, actually, you've accidentally deleted a bunch of pictures before. Figuring out how your troll phone has been an ordeal. You line up your camera to take the shot, and oh fuck. As you are about to press the button, your phone receives an incoming call from someone, and you end up hitting the answer call button instead. Now you're going to be trapped in a social encounter you weren't mentally prepared for. No! Wait, it's just Tagora. That's no problem at all. Better call Gorgor. Wow, that's his screen name. There's no problem at all. He's gregarious and easy to talk to, and You're standing in his office. Fuck. Again! Throwing on your most practiced everything is perfectly fine expression, you try to angle the camera so he can't tell where you are. My apologies for bothering you on such short notice. I recently learned through the grapevine that you may have been responsible for certain changes in Sugizi's attitude as of late. I thought it might be prudent to let you know that... Wait, is that... my office? Did you break into my office? No, God no, it's not his office, it's just, an office that coincidentally happens to look exactly like his. His face has been frozen mid-smile, and now it slowly seems to twist until the smile doesn't look nearly as friendly or genuine as it did a moment ago. He starts to laugh, little raspy chuckles under his breath. I see, I see. More the fool I was to ever believe I could trust a fellow liar. Is this Gallic's work? No, it can't be. He doesn't do that kind of subterfuge. It was all just a game to you. Yes, that must be it. Of course it was. You're not here to make friends. What? No, that's exactly what you're here to do. The bills I so graciously forwent for your sake. Well, no matter. You can expect a very hefty invoice to arrive via email as soon as I finish typing it up. No, please no. It doesn't have to end this way. You were just trying to secure another friendship. He knows how it goes, right? Saying or doing anything for Biv's social gain? Oh, but of course. And I'd be very happy to continue our business relationship in the future. Once I've been reimbursed in full for my time and expenditures. Farewell. He ends the call and his face disappears. The friendly little woo sound that Gripe makes cannot possibly underscore the finality and tragedy of the situation. Your heart truly is broken. But hey, at least you can trade one friend for another, right? Now that she's seen what you're willing to sacrifice for her, surely Tirona will. Tirona? Ah, shit. At some point while you were distracted, she made a break for it. Now you're left with naught but a hefty fine and ache in your chest where friendship used to be. No! That was the worst possible ending! Not only did we fail to make a friend, but we lost a previous friend. And also we have a lot of bills to pay now. Alright, ask questions. Wait, you have so many questions. Which of your many lovely friends was willing to help you escape? Who is she? What's her deal? How did she know? She shushes you again, and her eyes narrow into an appraising squint as she looks you over. Not too bright, huh? Figures. Listen, I don't have time to explain it. I'm not putting my neck out any further, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? You're gonna run. Not too far out, because you don't want to wind up in undead territory. Oh yeah, I forgot. Apparently during the dead on Arternia, like, the dead rise up or something. They mentioned that, like, once. Back in Act 5, Act 1 or something. Stick to the city and find a nice hiding place and keep your head down. See ya! She rather forcefully stuffs what appears to be a military-grade umbrella into your hands and shoves you out a back door into the rain and sunlight. When you turn to protest, the lock on the door clicks shut and you're stuck outside. What was that she said about undead? Game over. Wow, okay. Tattle Terrorific. You enjoyed some memes. Alright. Well, I'm not a huge fan of her, to be honest. She's a bit too much of a suck-up to the heiress, and yeah. And I mean, she's young. She has time to grow out of it still, but as she is right now, I'm not a huge fan of her. Sorry. But I am happy we got to see some of our other friends again. Like Tyzius. Tyzius is wonderful. I was so happy that we hugged her as we left her office. Like, that was a nice moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!